Okay, so recording is start. So let me. My screen is viewable. No, I'm
Yeah.
sharing my screen. Okay. Oh, wait. Now I have saved my shapes into Tableau repository. In Tableau repository, folder called shapes. Inside shapes, I have created a new folder called custom icons. Now those, let's see if I can access from here or not. So if you click here, default bar icons. Okay. So what I have to do, click reload shapes. Okay. Click reload shapes and then see if it comes. Yeah, it is coming. See custom icons, that is coming now. So let me take this and apply. Perfect. Now we are getting, I think this is the better shapes because this is the complete PNG. There is no background, etc. And we are getting this just the image. And if I don't want this border things, maybe what I can do, I can just format this and I will go here. I'll just clean all the border things. I don't want any border as such, and I'll remove this column border also. Okay, I'll just take this image as it is. That's it. Maybe the actions and all is not required here. Uh-oh. Okay, so yeah, and that maybe we are using right here. See, now the user when he click, he want to go to COVID dashboard. He just click here and it will take him to the COVID dashboard. The moment I click here, it will take him to the URL. Okay, because I have connected this to URL and that URL will now open. See, that is opening now. See, it launch you to the COVID dashboard. And when I publish this, again, this will be available into server, and from server itself, from one dashboard to another dashboard, jumping will be easy. And I can create back and forth. So for example, here also I can create one icon and I can create a URL that again take him back to the previous dashboard. That way also I can do if I want to create something like that. And how did I do that? Go to dashboard, actions, and here hyperlink. Okay, or maybe I can just show you from the beginning. Go to URL, into URL. Okay, so which source sheets you want to keep. So I want to keep this as a source sheet. So the page where I created this PNG, where I put that in from the infographic in the particular sheet, that sheet has to be my source. So I think the COVID is going to be my source here. COVID is the worksheet where I have created this infographic, and that I will keep as my source, and that's it. And maybe I can say select, I can run the action on select, and now here you have to provide the URL. So URL where I can get it from the this page itself. So what I'll do, I'll just take the copy this URL and I'll just put it here. Okay,
Ritesh,
yeah.
I think sales performance is your source.
No, I think COVID.
Uh, COVID is the source
Yeah,
because you have created a PNG here, na, in sales performance one.
let me check cross verify. This is COVID. Can you see this?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, this is a code. COVID.
COVID
Okay,
worksheet name. This is the
okay,
worksheet name.
okay, okay, okay. Got it, got it.
See this? This is the worksheet name which I have kept it here. That is what I'm calling. Maybe let me call it as a COVID logo or something like that. Okay, so
Yeah,
that will be clear. Okay, so we are here. Sales performance is my dashboard title, and here I'm just keeping it here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm just again one more time actions. um, go to actions, go to URL, and then COVID logo is going to be my source because here I have created that animations or infographic, and now from here I will link this URL. So URL I have already copied from the website. Okay, this URL, what I'll do, I'll just copy this whole link, and I'll come here and I'll paste it here. Okay, that's it. Now this link has been created. Now if you want to test this, you can just create test link and it will. Okay, so it is working. You can validate whether the link is working or not by creating the test link options. Okay, and that's it. And here you have options: new browser tab or browser tab if no web page object exists. So new browser tab, that means it will create in a brand new browser. And browser tab if no web page object exists, that means new browser tab only open then there is no browser tab exist, and if there are already browser exist then it will just create another tab. Okay, so there are difference. So for example, this is just opening into same tab. Okay, but if I would have select this one, then the whole new browser itself will open. So for example, see, when I do that, okay, it's opening here only. Oh, it's new browser tab. And okay, so that's how you can do it. And here are options like hover, select menus. So whatever you feel like you can do that. And since I have two hyperlink for the same actions, what I can do, I can just remove one. I having two will not make any sense. So I can just remove one, and that's it. So yeah, so that's how, that's a simple, easy, super easy. It's just that what you have to do, you have to create, you know, go to one create a worksheet, and in the worksheet, see, it's not like every time you have to bring some infographic or etc. Maybe you can just do it by the text itself. So for example, if I have to, let's say I'm just creating a duplicate of this, and I'm just going to show you right from here. So if I don't want to use the infographic, maybe I just want to use some, I can take existing text also. Maybe I can just take this guy, and this is completely fine. Okay, or okay, or maybe you can just create one text, and that be also fine. So maybe I can write it as like a COVID text. So when we write the text, I have to keep inside the parenthesis, go to COVID dash. But infographic is the more fancy, and that's a good things. Okay. Or so and this text, what you can do if you want, you can just bring them, towards the left. Well, this is something which I'm not liking it. Uh, Wait, and on this, Maybe what I can do, I can just put it as a white. Okay, so that's how you can play with the way you want. Okay, alignment is here. I can bring into center, and now yeah, and like you wanted to have the, the instead of black, if you wanted to have something like blue or something like white background, that also I can change. I can change from black to, let's say, white. When I do white and my text is black, now I can make my text as different color. So there are a lot of formatting options that you have to play, that it's either you can go to more colors and you can decide what colors you're liking. Okay, you can decide the font size, etc. So that also can be your this thing, that also you can bring on your dashboard. Okay, so for example, if I have my COVID logo too, and that one, if I want to create action with, I can bring that page here. I'm just showing this as an option to you, or maybe what I can do for time being, what I can do, I can just cancel this. Now you have options like here. If you think this is better for you, you can go with this. But I personally don't like having this way. Probably I would like to go with the one which I already had, and you can create one this thing. So I was just trying to show you like different way that you can do. It's just that you have to create URL with the page, and in the page, whether you are using infographic or you are using uh, you know text or whatever shapes, it doesn't matter. You can create your infographic. Okay, I mean you can create your URL navigation. So that is the essence. But then you are creating the navigation with the infographic or a text or a shape, any shape. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that in the worksheet you have to create some object, and that you can use for creating your go to URL action. That's it. All right. So now let us moving to other actions. So other actions we have um, go to sheet. See, go to sheet is just like it's not like URL, but it's just like within the workbook you are moving around. So let us, for example, um, let's see. I'm just creating a you know actions which will take me to. So for example, let us see. I'm just going to do stacked bar. Okay, stacked bar, and when I'll take a stacked bar, when I select, then which which worksheet you want to go. You can choose any worksheet that you want to go, and that will take you. For example, if I'm going to from a stack bar to stack bar itself, or maybe I can choose any other pages, not like a stacked bar only. I can go to any sheet. So let us say I'm just going to LOD examples. LOD example. This sheet I want to go. The moment hit the stacked bar element on my dashboard, it will take me to LOD examples. Okay. So let's see. See, it is taking me to LOD examples. Now, I I came to this worksheet because I have created an actions. So if it's sometime going to help you, you can create this kind of actions. And what is our others? Change parameter. This is important things. Okay. So you most of the time you will be like filter, go to URL. These are the common filters that we use. Highlight is sometime people use it. I'm not very big fan of highlight. Go to sheet, I never find usability, especially into into your productions environment where you are publishing your dashboard into production, because where there you should not you are not intended to provide them a user to go to a worksheet, because they always remain into dashboard environment. Okay, the change parameter is really magic into this new version of Tableau 2020. It was not available prior version, and this has provide you a lots of flexibility in terms of creating some very strong and good appealing dashboard. And to make things more dynamic in the way like earlier those things were not at all possible. So let me show you one example. I think I have already talked about that into some of the previous session, but now again now I'm going to show you the behind the scene how that work was completed. I think dashboard one is the one. Yeah, here. Okay. Well, this dashboard, like I told you here, I have two sheet. One is I'm using to show the yearly sales, and the another one I'm going to show whether monthly or quarterly breakdown for the selected years. Okay. So for example, when you clicked 2019, I'm here at 2019. When you click 2018, I'll be still here at the 2019. Okay, and this kind of things where I'm going to use parameter actions. And how the parameter actions I'm going to use? See, this is my input year values. This is one of the parameter which I have created. This input year value, let me come to any of the sheet, and then from there, here I can show you. So input year value, if you can see right here, I'm going to take you an edit mode. So you can see input year value is the parameter, and this I have used the integer type. I have taken all. That means user can provide any value to this parameter as per his own discretions. Okay, so this parameter can store any integer values. Now, how I'm going to use this parameter to make things more dynamic? And this is my yearly sales, right? This is my yearly sales, you can see, and this is my monthly sales. Now, yearly sales I have created very simple. I have taken year of order date and sales I'm showing by a vertical bar chart. Now on the monthly sales, if you come here and see, monthly sales has two parts, sales and the prior year. See, sales and the prior year getting was not easy. Here I have used LOD functions, LOD calculation to get the prior year, because here I have my date calculation is only showing for the 2018. Now, if I have to get the values for 2017, that is not at all possible unless I use LODs, because aggregation is happening in the view level, aggregation is happening for the 2018 perspective. But to get the 2017 data, I have to ignore this dimension, right? Then only I can go and aggregate for 2017, the prior year things. So that's the reason I'm using LOD here. Now let us see that prior year value. I think this is my prior year calculations. In the prior year calculation, if you see, this is my LOD formula. Here I am using fixed, and fixed at what month? Month of order date. Okay. Ignore the year and all. I'm just ignoring the year values. And now I'm writing a calculation here. I'm aggregating sum of values provided a conditions. If year of order date is equal to input year values minus 1 and then cells. And what is this input year values? If you see here, now this is a parameter, and this parameter has an actions. Let me show you that actions now. See, this is the parameter actions. This parameter actions, edit parameter actions, you can give any name to it. Now I have taken source sheet as yearly sales because I want user to click on the yearly sales. The moment he'll click on any of this four bar, okay, that is my yearly sales, right? The source sheet name you can see right here, that is yearly sales, and that is what I have taken as a source. Now, parameter, what target parameter? Now I have to choose a target parameter, which parameter I want value to be updated. Okay, so I am taking input year value, the parameter which I created to hold any number values. Now here, since I'm going to store just the yearly value, I'm not going to store month, or I'm not going to store day part, I'm just going to store the year values. So year values, that means integers, it has to be integer. So I created parameter integers input year value, and that I'm using here inside the parameter, target parameter. And now field, so year order date. So what field I have here on my column, same field I'm using. So even if even if you drop down here, you will get the options. There are two options. So there is one, your year of order date, and second is sum of sales. So obviously sum of sales, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the year of order date because my intention is to, whenever I do a click, whenever I execute one actions on my view, that means the immediately that value will go and sit into this parameter, in the target parameter. And see, clearing the selections will keep current values. So whatever value that it will store, that value it will keep as it is unless I go and click something else. Okay, so that is what it is doing. It is actually, it is with the click of on a bar chart, it actually with this field, year of order date, this field taking the values and storing into this parameter called input year values. Okay, so now every time whenever I do a click, see that input year value I'm showing right here. So whenever I do a click, that value, see the value got changed, right? 2019 it appears now. When I click 2018, 2018 will appear now. When I click 2017, 2017 will appear now. When I click 2016, 2016 will appear now. Why this is happening? Because of this parameter, and this parameter is called action parameter. Okay, change parameter, this is called change parameter. You can see shape here. Once more time you can see, you have to select the source sheet, you have to select the target parameter, and you have to select the field which value you want to store into parameter. Okay, now I want to store the year values, and that's it. Aggregation, no, I don't want any aggregation. It's just that I want to store the value as it is. It's just the it's just the year field. There is no need of doing any aggregation. So I'm selected none. I don't want any aggregation, and that's it. And now Tableau will take care of other things. So whenever you click anything, Tableau will store that value into this parameter. Now, since I got the parameter value with the use of a click now, so now what I'm going to use this value into my calculation called prior year. And in this calculations, I'm going to, take it right here. Okay, right here. So whenever the value will change, that value, this formula also get updated, right? So this formula will get updated, and now it will check, hey, if the year of order date is equal to this. So obviously, like 2019, when you click 2019, so what will happen? It say 2019 minus 1, that means it will get 2018. And when the year of order date is equal to 2018, then only the sales will come. Okay, the sales will come. That means I'm going to get the prior year sales, and that too for monthly. Okay, that is what this formula is doing. And now I have bring that prior year sum of prior year underneath sales. So this sales is obviously showing for my date calculation, and which is like 2019 or 2018, whatever it is. But um, the moment I mean prior year always go 1 year back as per my selections. Okay, so as per my selections, it will go 1 year back, and you can see the date calculations here. See, date calculation already we discussed, right? Now, time period is the one. Time period, ideally, you know what? I'm doing something wrong here. My date calculation should be not here. Ideally, what I could have done this year, I mean input year, whatever year I'm selecting, that year value should go and sit here, right here. Oh wait, just give me a second. So maybe what I can do, if year of order date is equal to input year value, then this, okay, then this, and then end. So basically, I wanted to ensure that whatever year I have selected, I am getting for that year, for the current, see, for the current time period, I'm only going to get for the selected year values. So that is the reason here also I just provide a logic if year of order date is equal to input year value. And mind it, here I have not used -1, because why I have not -1? Because I want to see input year value is holding the current selection, right? And I wanted to show that year value only for the current year selection. So that's it. And the same thing I will do for my quarter also. Okay, so maybe I mean those things are not required here, and maybe entire things I can just remove it right here. I just don't want this entire things. Or one more thing I can tell you. Okay, so say suppose I have written so many codes here. I don't want this code to be active now, so I can deactivate them by clicking this double slash. So I mean, why I did that, maybe sometime later if I want to use this code, I can use it, but for now I don't want it, so I can just deactivate it like this. Okay, and this when things I have to remove from here. Okay, this whole things I have to remove from here. Okay, and okay, now what is the error now? Okay, this end is an error, so this also I can just deactivate it. This is called commenting out. So I'm just commenting out those part which are unnecessary. If later on if I want to use it, I just have to, what I have to use, I have to clear this, that double slash, and it will be fine. See, this all fields, colors, and the functions, it's all appearing properly because now this is our proper code. But when I comment out, now these are no more code. So this is the purpose when you want to write some comments, when you want to document your code in a way like you can retrieve back later on when you want to see what actually it does. So you can properly you can write it like what actually it's doing. So later on, suppose after 6 months when you open the workbook, you may not able to remember all those development which you did some time back. So you can just write a comment, right, using the double slash, and you can write something about it, like what actually it's doing, what is the logic behind it, etc., etc. So that is for your reference. So, and moreover, if you also want to write some code as a comment, you can do like this. Okay. Okay. Now, um, wait. So yeah, this is perfectly fine now. So you can see like using the parameter, I'm holding the current year values, the selected year values, and now, so if I select 2018, I got for 2018. If I come for 2019, I'm getting for 2019, 2017. So all that value will change, and it is holding for that current year selections. This is my year which year I selected 2017, and input year also holding the 2017. This is just for my understanding like how the values are storing. That's the reason I have bring into this dashboard. Well, so you saw that what is the use of this parameter. Using this parameter you can make things more dynamic the way you want. So this is one of the use cases of this change parameter. And similar to that, there could be different use cases depending upon your business requirement. You can think about whether it's suitable or not in the requirement. Well, and the last but not the least, the sets. I For sets, I don't have use cases here, but this is something really, really uh, make your really complex things possible, and it's not that easy also. See, running the action will have three options, clearing the action will have three options. As a job support, I have helped one guy which was looking for some solutions. Let me see if I have those things in my email. So I think this one, side by side or something, let me check. Let me check if this is the dashboard. Here I have think I have a use cases of set parameter. Okay. Well, this is not something I was looking for. Let me check. Yeah. So here I have used the set uh, actions. So you see this. Uh, yeah, you can see that. See, when I click here, I'm getting that reasons, and when I click here. I'm getting the application status. The application status, there is no data. Here is no data. Okay. See, okay, so let me give you some background of it. See, the user had something like this. User had application status. So there is a pipeline rejected, selected, and withdrawn. Okay, these are the count of that application status. Okay, so as you can see, like in exams where or in a company where people have applied for some job applications, where people are in pipelines, where people have been rejected, people have been selected, and people have been withdrawn. They have withdrawn their applications. Now, there could be reasons for pipeline, reason for rejected, reason for selected, reason for withdrawn, right? So he wanted to create a drill down functionality where when he go and click, let's say on rejected, he should get the reason. See, the reason for the rejected, as you can see now, I am on back on the rejected reasons, and you can see they failed the test, they have low knowledge, or they have low marks, right? They are the three reasons. And when you want to go back to the prior um, prior view, like say the higher level view where you have the application status, so you can double click here and sorry, yeah. So you double click here, you gone back to your application status, and when you want to look at the withdrawn reason, you can see withdrawn, less use, never use, or no use. When you want to go back to higher level this thing, so you are back to your your higher level view or your application status view. So how I have done this, if I can just take you to this, and now there is no two sheet. Mind it, this is just a one sheet. Within the same sheet, I have created this drill down functionalities. So I have here withdraw application status, and when I click here, well, I think the action has been applied with considering that action has been set in the dashboard environment, but then I can change this environment to worksheet also. But then the idea is just I wanted to show you there is no two sheets. So this is a sheet number 13. Okay. When I go down to the reason of withdrawn, now I can show you what is the sheet. This is also sheet 13 itself. Okay. So you can see both are coming from the same sheet since the action has been set into dashboard environment. That's the reason it's not coming with that worksheet. So I can change this environment. So now this has been set to dashboard 2. So if I want this to be applicable, even if I'm dashboard or even if I'm worksheet, so what I can do, I can change the environment. Maybe I can select all, or maybe I can select the data source. From data, uh, the source from where the data is coming in. So if the worksheet and the dashboard using the same data source, it will be applicable. So for example, I think the Tableau challenge is the one where data is coming in. And now I'm going to talk about all this target and shit in a moment. But for now, just look at that application, how this works. So here also I'm going to change this the environment sheet 2, and sheet 2 is the data source. As you can as you can see here, cylindrical shape. One more time, cylindrical shape. If I click here, add it, you can see the cylindrical shapes. That is basically shows your data source. Okay, and if I come down here, you can see this is your, you can see this is your Tableau challenge. This is the data source for this guy. Now at this environment I have changed. So even if I come here and even if I click right here, yeah, see, I'm it's working, right? One second, that Amazon guy has come. Let me ask someone to go and pick. Okay. Okay,
Yes.
so
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
back. I'm back, guys. So let me. Okay, so see, this is working perfectly fine. So now let us see that how that action has been set. See, this is the challenge. So this is the Tableau challenge where that guy was facing, and he was not. His business has asked him to provide this kind of functionality where they can just switch back and forth within the same view. Because see, like I said, when you have a lot of data to show, you cannot show a standalone each view separately, because what happen is that you don't have that much of a space on your dashboard, first thing. And if you try to make this view smaller, it looks very cluttered, and the whole essence of dashboard will go away. Okay, to intact the value of your dashboard and to make it more feature rich and more valuable, you have to play around, you have to figure out the solutions where you can provide different lot of information within the same window. And this kind of functionality where, I mean, probably he could have done something like two views. So one view could have shown the application status, second view could have shown the reason for those status. So for if he select, and he could have created on actions where he just select the selected candidate, and it would be another view. The second view would be showing the reason for selected, and it would be only filtering for selected candidate. Or similarly, in the first view, if the user clicks rejected, then the action will show in the second view only the rejected. But now in this case, see, this case both are happening in the same worksheet. We don't have two worksheet, we just have one single worksheet. Within the single worksheet we are doing everything. Okay, back and forth things we are doing right in the same page. And this is happening just because we are going to use set, and we are creating a robust dynamic sets, and that actually helping us to get this kind of functionalities. Now let us see what I'm exactly I have done to get these things, and this will be a good case for you to understand. Now here I have application status. So let me show you that application status, the formula. Well, this is not a formula, this is a field. As you can see, there is no equal to sign. This is a field, application status, and this application status is pipeline rejected and selected withdrawn. Okay. Now this test is nothing but this is my calculate field. You can see equal to sign, and here I have written if set 1, then reason, else blank. If set 1. So that means if set 1, see this is a set, okay? And you know the property of set, it pass you true or false. So if set 1 is true, then I will get the reason. If set 1 is false, I will get nothing. I will get the blank. Okay. So, uh, one more time. So this test is appearing only when I have my set 1 value true. And what is the set 2 then? Set 2, if you look at the set 2, so first let us see the set 1 and set 2. I have created two sets, and let us see the set 1. See, set 1 I have taken everything, all the four application status. In set 2 what I have done, S- again all four application status I have selected here. In one set I have selected, another set I have not selected. That is the only thing. And now in this set 2, see all four are selected because set 2 has my selections.
Ritesh,
Okay.
can you come again in this? Please, can you come again?
So in this case, what is happening here? I'm switching between set 1 and set 2. I'm changing the using the actions. I'm changing the environment within the set 1 and set 2. Their elements, right? Their selections I'm changing. So one time I'm selecting set 1, another time selecting set 2, and with the action again vice versa I'm doing within this set only. And and using that, because if you look at my formula, test formula, what it's saying, it says, hey, if set 1 is true, set 1, that means if set 1 is true, then only I'll be getting reasons. So in this case set 1 is blank, there is nothing, set 1 has no value selected, so obviously I will get the blank because set 1 has no value. Set 1 is false, set 1 is out, So I will be not getting reasons, and there is no reasons right now. And how this is becoming possible, let me show you the actions now. So look at the actions. There are two actions. For set 1, I have created one action. For set 2, I have also created one action. So first, let us the actions on set 1. Okay, sheet 1 is, and I have just sheet number 33 or 13. Sheet 13 only I have. Now what I'm doing, I'm taking in this sheet, and this is my Tableau challenge data source. That is my data source. In this data source, I'm taking sheet 2. Which set I'm taking? Set 2. Okay. And what I'm doing, I'm saying, hey, when you run the actions, when you click on your view, then the action will run, and what it will do, it will assign value to set. That means when you click on the bar chart, the value will get assigned to set, and when you clear the selections, add all value to set. Okay, that means I'm just supplying the value to the set when you click on the actions. Now the set 2, what it does, set 2 is for set 1. So what it does, it apply for the set 1 and assign value to set and remove all value from set. So set 1 will have no value when you clear the selections. So actually I can tell you, see, both the sets are opposite to each other. Okay, both these sets are doing an action opposite to each other's, and that is the reason when you are onto default view, when you click here, when you click something here, so what happened now, set 2, look at the set 2, it should be just one item withdrawn, and for that withdrawn, now set 1 must have some value. This is withdrawn, and this is withdrawn. Okay, and for withdrawn, and now let us the test. What test would be doing? So set 1 is withdrawn. Okay, so if set 1 is withdrawn, then I will be getting reason corresponding to withdrawn. Now set 1 has some value. As you saw that set 1 has some value, since my actions, my dashboard actions, and where it's applying set 1. So you should look at the fields. Okay, this column field set 1. So set 1 I am going to look at. So if you look at the set 1, what is doing here, it is like assigning value to set, and set 1 got some values, and that's the reason I'm going to get the withdrawn reasons, and I got this 3 reason. When I clear this, when I hit again, when I clear this, I will go back to this default view. So that is one of the application of use cases of sets. I understood this is not that straightforward and that not easy, guys. So you have to practice, you have to walk through it, understand the concepts by putting your own brain. But then this is the best use case, and the set is not very frequent people use. There are very few scenarios where you are going to use set actions. It's not that frequently used things on dashboard. Okay, so the frequent things could be your filter and could be your URL. Change parameters most frequent use than set values, but change set values is something where that itself is really complicated. So many people, they just refrain from using this change set values. That is little complicated concept wise. It's not very straightforward, little complicated. So you have to understand the logic very well when you are going to use it, and when you have a sound understanding of the logic, then you can use this set. But no, I mean, you should not get afraid of this. It is just the matter of practice. When you get the clarity, when you start getting good clarity, you will start understanding the logic also very well, and you can build the different types of set actions or a parameter actions, whatever that you want. just a matter of time. Okay, so we have covered all this today. We have covered all these actions, etc. And we also saw that how those things are working. Well, if you have time, let me also show you quickly. Um, I won't take much time from your side, but then what I wanted to show you that responsiveness of uh, the developer mode. What I'll do, I'll just download this. Since this computer is super fast, it won't take much time. I'll be using this machine only going forward.
Rajendra, what is the configuration of this machine?
Uh, this machine,
Yeah, yeah.
well, I
It's
bought
from
this. I bought from Amazon just some time back. Um, this is a Asus laptop.
Ryzen.
No, Asus
Okay,
laptop.
it's a lap.
Yeah, and this has
Okay.
like Intel Core i7, and it is the 10th generations, and it has a
Oh,
dedicated graphics, and it has high RAM,
mm-hmm.
and it has no HDD memories. It has all SSDs memory.
That's
See,
actually
HDD,
no, not the SATA one.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. So SSD memory is super fast. It is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
again that Amazon guy is calling. Oh, just give me a second. Hello. One second, भैया एक minute. I'm just coming. Just give me a moment. Hello. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. That guy was calling me back and forth. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take instead of fix. See, the machine changes because I built this for the different machine and I had a fixed size. So this is coming like this. But to get rid of this, I'm going to make it automatic. Okay. The moment I did it automatic, now it's occupied the whole place. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make little adjustment like this. Okay. Now I have this automatic. I'll publish this workbook into. Okay, it's asking me to connect to server. So first let me well, Tableau public. Okay, first thing first, I can just save this. Save as. Okay, wait. Okay, save to Tableau public. So I'm just going to save to Tableau public. And okay, all right. So, well, what I'll do, I'll just go to Chrome. I mean, okay, I think I'm already on Chrome. Um, control, Shift Control and I is the developer. Okay, so you see, this is my okay, let me go to device, toggle device. See, it's responding or not, that I have to check. I'm just checking whether it's, yeah, it is actually trying to fit into this window, unlike the previous one. However, it is not very, it's not very friendly. Um, like some of the font size, because of font size and the other elements, the bigger font size in the data, it's squeezing, not coming that properly, but then the response it is giving me. See, when I change to different dashboard, let me see, iPad Pro 12.9. See, for iPad Pro 12.9, this is coming perfectly fine. In this device, because our data and the font, etc., it's fitting very well. But if you are going to watch in a smaller device, then it will be a little squeezing. However, it will try to resize itself, um, but then it's not coming that well. So it's not very perfect. Things like automatic is not very perfect. Um, like any device you use and it will fit automatically by itself. There are additional things that we have to create by ourselves. Okay, and those things, to create those different device, I can do like device preview, and I can create from here. I can choose the device, like say phone, and the phone, I also have to create a new view, and I can add that view in this same layout, add phone layout. So for example, let's say if I do something like that, I can just click add phone layout. So now I have a phone layout and I have a default view. So this is my default view and this is my phone view. So in that phone view, what I have to go, I have to change this designing element, some bit of work I have to do in this phone layout view. Unless I do this, it not go and fit into a phone properly. So again, here I have to do a lot of rework. Maybe I have to think about the layout, I have to think about the formatting things, the font size things, etc., considering that all everything is going into a phone. Okay, so maybe I can split the view. I may not, I do not like to keep this bit, this bigger font size, etc. So those things, rework is required. When you fix those things, again you will have default and you'll have phone. And similar to that, again, if you want to also add some different phone, so this is the dimension of this phone, 375 to 677. If you want to add, let's say, iPhone 7 8, and for this dimensions, this is also same dimensions. Okay, let's say you want to add Google or Nexus series phone. Okay, the Nexus series phone, um, Tableau mobile app. So yeah, similar to that, you can do whatever you want. Okay, you come to here, come to your default. You can choose your medium desktop monitor, or you can choose large desktop monitor. And if you want to provide a text view like that, iPad Pro 12.9, if you want to provide a view like that, so I have added, see, I have added three view, and this is the default view, this is the desktop view, and this is the phone view. Okay, and here, like, options I have, like fit with all. These are like, okay, well,
Ritesh, I have
so
a
this
question.
sometime later we will discuss about this, the design part. See, design part, you have to think, you have to follow the same way what we have done. So first we'll do the some capstone project. While doing capstone project, we will be also covering this part. Okay, so that's all in this session. I think it's all 9:40 and you guys would be tired, very much tired and hungry. I don't want to take your much time now. I am just going to
Ritesh,
give
one
all
quick
time to you.
question.
Yeah, please.
Hello.
Yeah.
Just a quick question. So why we are using this phone view or a different iPad view or something like that? Because what is the reason behind it?